Yo, what's good, man? I'm Judge AC Cuddy, and this is Hip Hop Court, you dig? What's going on, man? What's going on? I got my boy Lean Supreme in the building today, man. Shit, whew, man. We been supposed to get this interview in. I ain't gonna lie, man. Fucking storm after storm down here in fucking Houston, goddamn fucked all this shit up, man. But we got Lean Supreme in the building right now, and let's go ahead and invite him into us right now, man. We inviting Lean Supreme in right now. Yo,
Yo, what's
what's
good? Hold on.
good with you, brother?
Hey, I was getting my hair twisted up. She is almost finished, but hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and get it.
Okay. Shit, man. Well, I definitely appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gotta get my shit done up too, man. I'm next, brother. I ain't gonna lie, dog. My shit a little fucked up right now, bro. But keep this shit going, man. Hey, they say third time's a charm, huh?
Hey, you already know. Hell yeah, that's why we about to get it.
And there's a little history for those that don't know, man. We try to set this interview up multiple times, but every time we try to go up, man, my power went out and shit like that. Niggas wasn't able to fucking connect and shit like that. So we had to make sure we was doing this shit right, man. So I appreciate you for being patient with us, man. And shit, it's time to go the fuck up. You did?
Hell yeah, let's get it.
All right, man. So first, let's start off by telling the people who you are, man, and what you do, brother.
Well, I am what I am. I'm not this physical body that you see. I'm the spirit that inhabits the body. You feel me? But my name is Maurice. Some people call me Mo. I went to school with this young man right here, actually, Berkmar,
Straight up.
Georgia. That
Straight
was
up.
some good times, man. And
Years ago, brother.
like 10 plus.
Over, yeah,
10
exactly.
plus.
It's been over a decade, man.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm
Okay,
here to give a message where it's like health is wealth. If you ain't healthy, you ain't got nothing. You can have all the money in the world, all the friends in the world, but if you sick in the bed, what you doing? Nothing.
exactly. Exactly. Shit, man. I read a quote one time saying something along the lines of people would trade a bunch of shit for $1 billion, but they won't trade their time for $1 billion. They won't trade their health for that $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Would you still accept this $1 billion if you knew you had to die tomorrow or you had to die in an hour? You feel me? Shit don't
Mm-mm.
mean nothing, man. That shit don't mean nothing at all. So tell us, man, what does Dr. Croc mean?
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out my social media presence. I've been on this journey as far as health since I was 20, about 10 years, 22. I'm 32 right now. And Dr. Croc is just like, I like wearing Crocs. And a lot of people think it's gay or something like that because females was doing it. No, I mean, like, it's like wearing slippers or sandals, but you got your foot covered. You can put them in sport mode, all stuff like that. But it's really just a name. I probably ain't gonna use that later. I might come up with something better, but that's just the start for right now.
Okay. You actually said some important shit because at the end of the day, it's all about involvement and life is about figuring shit out. You know what I'm saying? You say you've been on this journey for 10 plus years and things like that. And you know what I'm saying? We still figuring it out. Even at our grown age, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff that shit, man. We ain't got all the answers to. You know what I'm saying? That's very important to state because there's people out here that pretend that they just know it all. They got all the answers for everything, and you know what I'm saying? That's not what real life is about, man. We figure shit out every day, man. So I appreciate you for sharing that, man. But that leads to my next thing, man. What is your motivation, man? What is your motivation that actually got you to this journey? And was there like a light bulb moment, or was this something that you always had in you?
Honestly, it was really a light bulb moment. Like I just noticed, like I was at work one day, 22. I was working at Mastinardi in Detroit, Michigan. It was like a vegetable plant. I'm sitting eating lunch, and my stomach was hurting after I finished eating, and I'm like, yo, I noticed like every time I eat something, my stomach hurt. That must be a problem. Like when I eat food, it's supposed to nourish me and make me feel good. So did my research, start eating healthy, taking salads every day. Got into the Bible, start reading, getting close to God, things like that, and just kind of went on my own journey, like messing up, finding new ways to be healthy and save money, and just have a better lifestyle. Like not the lifestyle that they didn't told us about being in the hood. Like, okay, sell drugs, all this other stuff. No, you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Straight up. Straight up, straight up. Man, that's real talk, man. So you said you ate something that made your stomach hurt, and that's what made you start this journey.
Yes,
So
sir.
now that you've been in the field, now that you've been working on your craft and things like that, what is your go-to meal now? I see you be having the drinks on deck, man. What is your favorite drink that you like to drink, and what is your go-to meal that you just, you know what I'm saying, like almost an everyday meal or every other day or whatever?
Honestly, personally, I can drink lemonade every day, all day. That simple. But I actually like coconut water. Coconut water is very good for hydration. It's got a bunch of minerals and things in it the body needs. So
Mm,
that really.
okay,
And my
okay,
go-to
okay.
meal is like egg. Like I love eggs. Like pasture raised eggs, not the organic, not the cage free, pasture raised eggs. If you want some good eggs, and you'll know it's different because the yolk is like a golden orange or like a solid orange type.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now that was key because shit, I ain't even know that. I ain't gonna lie. I just be picking some shit, man, when it come to eggs. I just be picking up whatever box is affordable because you know groceries ain't affordable like that these days.
Oh,
So
hell no.
straight up, man. So tell me, man, how can somebody who is unhealthy, doesn't work out, doesn't necessarily eat properly, maybe they got some unhealthy habits, whether it's drugs or alcohol or anything like that, how can they start to turn their life around? And how can they start with the fitness journey?
Well, it's two things: your thoughts and your environment. So you think what you think because what you say becomes what you do becomes what you experience. So if I'm like right now, before I came in this apartment right now, I was staying actually at my mom's. But the apartment before that was like a one bedroom. And I had the idea of, an organism can only grow as much as like a snake. A snake can only grow as big as the cage. So I'm like, instead of getting one bedroom, let me get a three. So that allowed me to grow more, and of course, like I'm responsible for this, so I got to go out here, get money and things like that, and make sure it's taken care of. So my environment is conducive for me to grow and learn, and especially with my thought process. And I don't actually have male role models in front of me, so I go online and find people like Steph is Cold. You got FitX Fearless. It's a couple of other, like Yaki, the guy with the locks doing healthy stuff like that. It's a bunch of different people that I use to as a mentor to help me and give me ideas that's gonna propel me into the future.
Okay, okay. Tell me, uh, so with these people that starting off and things like that, say I just ran across your page, man. I see some of these dope watermelon drinks and these dope different fruit mixtures and things like that. What would be your recommended juice to start off with, and what are some immediate benefits that they can expect and some long-term benefits that they can expect?
So melons, everybody like watermelon. Like who? I mean, if you black like me, like you like watermelon,
Hey, I
go
love
ahead and
me a watermelon. I ain't gonna sit here in front.
oh yeah, like it's good. So get you a watermelon. I say get the ones with seeds, cause like that's where the information come from. That's where like all the things that God put into the soil and to give to you, it comes from the seed. So watermelon is good. You can pair that with mint and lemon. As far as a drink, the immediate benefits is it's gonna hydrate you. It's honestly when I drink like fruit juice, my body's like, oh, like wow, this is great. So immediately it's gonna make you feel better. But longevity, like, look at my skin. Like, it's it's glowing, like stuff like that. Your hair grow, your nails grow. You can repair your cells and things like that faster than if you was not drinking or eating the things that you're supposed to eat.
That definitely makes sense, man. Definitely makes sense. Tell me, what are some things that you had to cut out of your diet or your lifestyle in general in order for your skin to glow, in order for you to feel the way you feel now?
The number one, sugar.
Hmm.
Sugar. Now, some people think it's fat. Fuck all that. Like, you need fats. Like your brain is comprised of a lot of fats. It uses that as like source and fuel. Um, yeah. it uses that for sourcing fuel. Man, I just lost my train of thought. My bad.
You was saying you gotta give it
This
a
my
sugar.
first podcast, man.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Yes,
You were
sir.
saying sugar is the number one thing that you cut out of your diet.
Yes, sugar. So sugary drinks that could be pop. Um, the fruit, the juices in the like cranberry juice, lemonade, all that stuff. It got too much sugar. Energy drinks. People like to dump a bunch of sugar in their coffee. They put sugar in all types. Like everything has sugar in it, but it's just
Agreed.
as addictive as cocaine. People don't look
Mm-hmm.
at it like that because you got the food and drug industry. Why is it food? I mean, yeah, food and drugs. Why is that together? I thought it was separate. So they're infusing drugs into the food, and then it's like turning you into something that you're not, like GMO stuff or processed foods. They put carcinogens in foods. They put like jet fuel. A lot of things that we eat, it's banned overseas. They said no, we're not having that because we care and love our people. This government and nation we in, they don't see. I don't see that. Don't.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You really just said some shit, dog. I ain't even think about it like that. Why is the FDA food and drug? Why is that shit combined? Like, I ain't even think about that shit, bro. That was a light bulb moment for me just now, boy. Hold up. Okay, that's real shit, man. I definitely appreciate you sharing that shit, man. So you were saying sugar and shit like that. I can definitely see how that's a huge problem for society in general. You know what I'm saying? Um, is there something like because you also said lemonade was your go-to drink and things like that.
Mhm.
So is that like do you buy certain brands? Do you make your own lemonade? Like how do you what is the science behind that?
So just as a whole, I just love lemonade. Just it can be, I buy it, simply lemonade, some simple stuff. But I can make it at home, and I use honey. I don't use sugar. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a little different sweetness, but it's still sweet. It tastes good.
straight up, straight up. Okay, man, let's talk culture, man.
Yes.
What do you feel like the state of the culture is, man? What is your opinion on the state of the culture today
And you talking about like with our people or just all together?
with our people, man, with our people, and really all together? Because I feel like what starts within our culture eventually leads all to the world. You know what I'm saying? So really, this is both.
Okay. Well, so our culture is, I would say, has been tainted because we don't have control over anything just about. So whatever it is that we do is because they said it's okay, or they're showing it in front of us and we just doing it. But the culture for black people, it's like separate. It's like individualism. Like, oh, it's me. I gotta get it on my own. I'm self-made. I understand that. I'm not telling you to get up and go work and do things on your own. But what you think why you think we had the village for? Why you think we had tribes? Because you alone can't do and handle all the stress that maybe you can. Some people can, but most people can't. You need that
Mm-hmm.
tribe. You need that village. You need other people to help you,
Mm-hmm.
or you help them. And then, like, with that, you have love. But a lot of people feel that, oh, I need to get money. I need to get cars. I need to get clothes. I need the materials. But if you ask all these old people out here, they looking at you and like, why are they just chasing all these things that don't mean anything? Why are they neglecting their moms, their families, the people that love them, the people that care about them? That's what matters as far as culture. Like, so to sum that up, for black people, it's being an individual.
Straight up, straight up. Do you have any ideas on how we can improve on this? Because I definitely agree with you, man. A lot of people is self-made this, self-made that, man. I gotta get it, man. I gotta hustle. XYZ, but at the end of the day, they don't even realize what me and you can accomplish together is way more than what either I can accomplish by myself and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Even with this podcast I'm doing right now, man, like me, my brother, man, my brother G Money, shit, I wouldn't be nowhere near as big as we are right now had it not been for us working as a team and shit like that, man. Do you have any ideas on just improvement with that?
Improvement really starts with self. Be the change that you want to see in the world. If you see some trash on the floor, pick it up. If you see like some parent just yelling at their child like on some abuse stuff, like maybe speak out, say something, be respectful. You gotta be respectful. Um, looking for ways to improve, looking for ways to be better, looking for ways to help people, and understanding. You gotta understand that black people been through so much, and for the black person that's stealing from that black person, I don't 100% blame them, because you gotta think about this thing called the project experiment. They testing us, trying to figure out how we act in certain environments and what our behavior is going to be like if we do this or do that or take this or give them that. So I, it's slipping my mind the exact experiment, but you can look up. Um, it was in Germany. That's when they did it. It's experiments they did with rats. So what they did was they gave rats. There was two different test studies or case studies. You got rats over here, and they got lavish. They just living like millionaires. Food, water, space, clean. The other ones, they living in the hood. They don't have food. They barely got a little bit of water. It's dirty. It's contaminated. They all bunched up to each other. They ain't got no space. And what they found was the ones that were bunched up, the men were molesting the male and female kids. They were killing each other, stealing from each other, like the shit that you see in the hood. That's what the rats were doing. They test a lot of things on rats before they do it with people. So a lot of things has been planned. As a black person or whatever you want to call yourself, we need each other, because there's so many ways they trying to attack us with the air, the water, the food, the entertainment, with each other. You got radio waves, you got microwaves, you got Wi-Fi. It's they are smart. They are so smart, and they doing any and every single thing they can to cripple us.
Straight up. Man, we got G Money in the comments saying he think they was just reproducing. He don't think they was molesting and things like that. I can actually speak on that because I think I'm familiar. I don't know the exact name as well, but I think I've seen something that along those same lines, where they had the experiment with the two different colonies of rats in the two different environments, and in one of them they was just living lavish, life was good and stuff like that, and the other one, like, they was killing each other and fighting and shit like that. So I am aware of the what you're talking about. I'm gonna have to do some research into that. Maybe we post that on the page. Maybe we can share for the people and things like that that maybe not that maybe don't know what we're talking about, because I do know what I have an idea of what you're talking about. I couldn't think of the exact name and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
tell me, what would you title this chapter of your life and why?
Uh, that is a very interesting question. This is like the maybe the rebuild or something, or because I'm trying to what I'm doing is unlearning and undoing the things that I've been taught for 30, 32 years. As far as, oh, you need to go to college. Now, I'm not telling you not to go to college. I'm not saying don't go to college. Go to college if that works for you. Everybody's different. But they say go to college, get a job, stay there for 30, 40 years, get a mortgage, get a wife, and have kids. But what they don't tell you is college doesn't teach you how to make money on your own. It teaches you how to be a subordinate. These jobs, they don't care about you. If you're not able to work or do what they need you to do, you're out of there. And
Straight up.
y'all heard about Amazon and how they be doing people and all other different organizations.
Straight up.
But the college, I mean, it's just a bunch of crap going on, man. Like,
That's real, man, because these jobs, they be wanting you to put in a 2 weeks notice and things like that if you leaving and shit like that. But when it's time to fire you, they gonna fire you on the spot. Ain't no 2 week notice or none of that shit. So I'm understanding exactly what you mean, man. These people will use you and abuse you. And once you're done, once you're not useful no more, you gotta figure that shit out on your own. So I definitely understand that, man. Tell me, what message do you have to the people out here, man? Like, if it was uh just say yourself, if you was your if you could give a message to your 16-year-old self right now, what would that be?
You don't have to settle for the life that you have right now. If you're not waking up happy, smiling, or optimistic, and just feeling good about the life that you created for yourself, the life that you created for yourself because you made choices and decisions that brought you here, you don't have to accept this. You can, but I'm telling you, you're gonna have to go ahead and buckle down and just work on yourself. Working, exercise, eating right, learning things. Like, how did I get here? And what do I need to do to get out of here? And where do I even want to go? What do I like? What do I not like?
Hmm.
Self mastery. You got to go within to go without.
Straight up, straight up. And what? How did you learn these things, man? Because this is not something like you said. You're unlearning 30 to 32 years worth of knowledge or things that they put inside of you. What was your aha moment or the moment that made you realize like, yo, this shit is real out here? Like, what was that?
People might laugh, but I knew they was lying to me when they told me about Christopher Columbus. You told me Christopher Columbus discovered America when it was brothers and sisters already here. So that was a lie in itself. So I was like, that's enough for me to question every and anything that you told me. Like, oh my God, my windows are down and it's raining.
Oh
Whatever.
shit!
I'm gonna have to just
Damn.
suffer. But yeah, like when they lied about Christopher Columbus, I realized the question was like, what else did they lie about? So me being inquisitive and curious, I'm looking in all the nicks, cricks, and crannies about whatever's going on. I've studied like Egyptian things, ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, Mesopotamia, Samaria, the Emerald Tablets. Thoth is a gentleman or the deity that created the Emerald Tablets. Um, I look at things about science, health. I used to be a medical assistant. I used to be a pharmacy technician, and the health industry is not. It's about experimentation, trying to figure out what can a body handle, what can it not handle. It's a lot. It's
Hey
a
man,
lot.
the rabbit hole get deep, dog. The rabbit hole get deep. G Money say they lied to us, definitely told us a lie, then turn around in the same story and contradicted themselves. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Cause you're right. How are you discovering something that people is already on? Like, you know what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense whatsoever. So you're definitely right about that, man. And you really just said some key shit, man. It was a lot of things. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We don't want to get too political on this motherfucker, but speaking on lies and speaking on the shit that the message that they pushing to us, how you feel about this Donald Trump assassination shit?
All right, I'm about to jump into some stuff I don't want to jump into, but I'm gonna be like real vague because I'm not trying to send the
Yeah, well,
wrong
we can
message.
keep this part brief. I was curious because of the way you answered that question. You basically spoke on the lies that they're pushing to us. So, I'm just curious on what you think about that.
I honestly believe there's a bigger agenda at hand. They might say this is what we're doing, but we're actually doing this behind closed doors. The Trump thing, when I heard it, I was like, okay, this got to be fake. Like it's right before the election. Like,
Exactly.
and it made me think that maybe he's doing this or they're doing this so he can get more views, more clout. Oh, the president, he's a thug. He got shot at. He got shot. He survived.
Mhm.
Like who survived in an assassination and got hit? So like and they even had the meme of him on 50 Cent's body, which was
Yeah.
hilarious. Like G Unit, all right.
I see that shit. Get rich or die trying. Hey, my whole thing is my man literally dodged a bullet. Like, I guess, man, we ain't gonna expand
Oh
upon
man.
that. The last thing I want to speak on that though, because I feel like this is very important for our people. You know what I'm saying? Um, you see the smoke and mirrors. My question is, ask why. What are they trying to mask? What is the reason of doing all this? You know what I'm saying? And shit. That's another topic for another time. I just want to
Yes.
put that out there for the people.
Yeah.
Word. So Something, man. We gonna wrap this up soon, man. 'Cause I know you got to get back to doing your hair and all that, man. We already good. We spent a good minute. Well, I'm sorry, dog.
It's all good. We
We
still
spent a
learning.
good bit of time on this already, man. I just want to know: is there anybody you want to shout out to? Anybody you want to show some love to before the end of it?
I got to shout out, and I want to say one thing before I shout out. This life, the Matrix, it's a game, and the biggest cheat code I have is my mom. My mom, and the second biggest cheat code is my girl. And I'm not going to expand on that, but you can imagine the wonderful things a woman can do for you, let alone your mother who's going to love you unconditionally, your girl who's going to love you unconditionally as long as you can provide and protect for her. Let's get that straight. Women are hypergamous. If you cannot provide or protect for that woman, don't expect to keep her. But those are the two that I want to shout out: my mom and my dad. I do still have my dad in my life. He is I wish I could be half the man he is. So those are the three that I'm shouting out today.
Okay, man. I definitely appreciate that. Shout out to them, man. I just want to shout out, man, Big OTR in the chat, man. I see you in here, man. Big OTR is one of our major supporters, man. He rocked with everything we got going on, man. So we appreciate you. G Money, man. You know it's always love, brother. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? G Money really is like the glue for this shit, man. Like I wouldn't even know where would we be at if we wasn't working together with shit like that, man. So and he mentioned in the comments the women, bro. The women is definitely very important in our lives, and you know what I'm saying. I love that you shouted them out because you
Yes.
know the generation be trying to put you on some man fuck these bitches get money type shit, you know what I'm saying. But man, these women is really key, dog. But straight up, because I wouldn't know what to do without my mother in my life as well, you know what I'm saying. My
Okay.
shorty in the other room right now holding that shit down, bro. Like this is the motivation to keep this shit going, man. So I love that you put that out there, dog, because that's real, and not too many people will admit that, you know what I'm saying, how much we love our mothers and how much we love our women and shit like that, man. A lot of people try to keep it playing and shit like that, but for what? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, men need women and women need men. Straight up.
That's
Straight up.
facts. Facts.
Word, man. Was any other little messages you wanted to put out there, man? Any game that you want to give to the people last minute about getting your mind right, or any little tip or anything like that?
Yes, yes, sir. You choose the state of mind that you're in. You choose your emotions. You choose your actions. You choose what happens out here. So, and you have to think yourself positive. But with all the things that I'm talking about, I get days where I get pissed off and want to beat the dog shit out of people. But because I understand things, I'm held to a higher standard, and I need to do better because I know better. And if I do something that a person that doesn't know better, if we did the same thing, I'm gonna be punished more severely because I know they were ignorant when they didn't know. So, and God protects fools and babies. So that's it, man. Like, you gotta think yourself happy. Control your thoughts. The more positive thoughts that you have, the less negative, the less space for negative. And that's all. That's it.
That's real, man. I appreciate you joining us today, man. Lean Supreme, Dr. Croc, Maurice, all that, man. I love you,
Yeah.
brother. Appreciate everything that you're doing, man, and keep doing your thing, brother. We gonna keep going up and shit, man. Maybe we do another interview sometime,
Oh
man,
yeah.
after we accomplish more and we just got more to put out there, man. It's definitely love, brother. And like I said, man, hey, third time was the charm. We finally got this thing in,
Yeah.
huh?
It's definitely
I'm
been
gonna
a
let
pleasure. It's definitely been a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me here, man. This is the first podcast I've ever done. I know I done said a lot of ums and lost my train of thought, but that's the process. You gotta trust God, you gotta trust the process.
straight up, man. And that's what it is, man. We gonna get back to it, man. I'm gonna let you go back and get your hair right. Shit, I gotta get my shit right too. You
Yeah. Got
did?
the clips
I'm
in.
Judge AC Cuddy, man. This is Hip Hop Court, and that's case dismissed.
It's
You heard?
miss, baby.
Yes, sir.